Okay, hello, brothers and sisters. This is my, third or fourth time trying to do this video. Please bear with me. This is by far the most difficult video I've ever done in my life. Um, I'm very uncomfortable doing this, but it's been laid very heavily upon my heart to do this video. It's about when our Messiah is coming, so it's really, really important. Um, This has to do with the book of Second Esdras. This was in our canon of our Bible until the early 1600s when it was removed. If you have a problem accepting this book, you need to take it upon in prayer to our Father. I have come to peace that this is an inspired book, but that's up to you if you have a discrepancy with that, okay? Um, this is pretty crazy. I'm gonna read Second Ezra's chapter 11, verse 31 to 41. Please bear with me. I don't even know how to piece this together, but I was listening to Second Ezra's for like the 1000th time. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden I had the most craziest urge to get up and write notes, which I did, which is not like me at all. This is not the kind of videos I usually make, and it has to be pretty heavy on my heart to do something like this. So please bear with me and take this in prayer if you don't understand or believe what I'm saying. Okay, Second Ezra's chapter, where are we at? Chapter 11, verse 31 through, where are we at? 31 through 41, and I'm in the, it's the English version, the modern day English version. Okay, and this is talking about, I mean, you got to understand these prophecies. This is a vision from Ezra. These visions and these prophecies, even of Daniel and of Ezra and many of the prophets, have multiple fulfillments in the scriptures. I'm sure you all know that. This is my interpretation based on what I've been led to share, but you all need to take this up in prayer, okay? Second Ezra 11:31 through 41. And then how the head turned with those that were with it and ate the two little wings that planned to rule. Moreover, this head gained power over the whole earth and dominated those who lived on it, inflicting great distress. It had greater power over the whole world than all the wings that had gone before. Let's just keep in mind in the back of your head who's been in charge for the last long while and who's been inflicting a lot of harm and wars and stuff. Let's continue. Verse 33. After all this, I watched as the middle head, just like the wings, suddenly disappeared. There were two heads left, however, which also ruled over the earth and over those who lived on it. Think of two other superpowers if you can. I looked and watched as the head on the right side devoured the one on the left. I heard a voice saying to me, "Look in front of you and consider what you see." I looked and saw something like a lion being roared out of the forest. I heard how he spoke in a human voice and said to the eagle, "Listen, you, and I will speak to you." The Most High says to you, "Aren't you the last of the four beasts that I made to rule in my world, so that I might bring about the end of my times through them? You, the fourth that has come, conquered all the beasts that came before you, ruling over the world with much terror and over the whole world with harsh oppression. You have lived in the world with deceit for so long." 41. You judged the earth, but not in truth. Okay. So I want you to think about superpowers who've been in charge of the world for the last long time, basically, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna flip your lid right now and make you think about, I'm sure you guys have all seen online how different shows portray messages that have happened. Even The Simpsons, right? All of a sudden, a cartoon is showing things that have happened, like the election of Donald Trump, the Twin Towers, so on and so forth. Okay, you know this isn't a coincidence. This has all been in their plans, the Luciferian plans, for a long time. And that's Satan's way of pretending that he's prophesying, because they plan it and then they tout it in front of everybody else through TV shows, basically making fun of everybody, okay? So I want you to think about The Simpsons, okay? If you look online, you can see that The Simpsons have predicted Trump being president, so-called predicted, right? And shortly thereafter, it shows a girl wearing the same clothes as Hillary Clinton becoming president, and then all of a sudden saying, oh, Trump had spent all the U.S. money, the budget, so we're in trouble, okay? Well, while Trump was being impeached, guess what? He signed a executive order to spend over, let's see how much, 1.4 trillion or 1.1 trillion dollars for our budget this year. Okay, so just keep that in the back of your mind. I mean, think what you will about it, okay? But know this, they're going off a script, just like our Father is going off a script, okay? And Satan will try to copy our Father. But just keep that in the back of your mind, okay? And I want you to think about something else. We're going to read another scripture here. I know I'm all over the place. I don't even know how to put this together, but I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying. Let's look at 2nd Ezra's 12, 22 through 28. If I can get my tablet back on. Oh, goodness gracious. And it turns off, of course, right? I'm fighting everything right now. Hold on. Hold on, people. Hold on. I'm not gonna let you win. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness. Turn on, you stupid tablet. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay. We're gonna go 2nd Ezra's 12 and verse 28. Sometimes you might need to look at the enemy's plans and things to know what's going on. Unfortunately, that's kind of what tacticians do in military. So let's look at, well, this, and this will, you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. 2nd Ezra 12, 22 through 28, okay? As for the fact that you saw the three heads at rest, this is the interpretation. This is the dream we were talking about, okay? In the last period, the Most High will raise up 3 kings, and he will renew many things in it. Okay, think about the 3 most powerful kings. I mean, I'm thinking Russia, China, and the U.S., right? Okay, and you know the U.S. is aligned with Israel, of course. Okay, and they will rule the earth and greatly oppress those who dwell on it, more than all the rest who were before them. Therefore, they are called the heads of the eagle, because they will sum up its acts of impiety and complete its last deeds. As for your seeing the biggest head disappear, one of the kings will die in his bed, though in agonies. Okay, if you look at I know this is crazy, but if you look at some of the shows like The Simpsons, it shows Trump dying in his bed. Okay, just take that for what you will. I mean, who knows? This is a shot in the dark. Even if it doesn't show that, I mean, maybe they're copying. I don't know. I'm just putting this out there, okay? And verse 27, as the 2 are left, the sword will destroy them. The sword of the one of them will destroy the one who is with him, but he too will fall by the sword in the last days. Okay? So it looks like it's basically between remember, we have Trump spending all the money. The election's coming up and Hillary Clinton is running, right? And then we have Russia and China, who are the other 2 superpowers, okay? And according to 2nd Ezra's, it looks like they swoop in, right? And what's crazy is if you look at verse 27 through 34, it basically tells us that the Messiah is going to come shortly after this change of regime, okay? So let's read 27 through 34. As to the two who are left, the sword will destroy them. The sword of one will destroy the one who is with him, but he too will fall by the sword in the last days. So one of those superpowers will destroy the other. 29. As for you seeing the two small wings passing over to the head on the right, this is the interpretation. The Most High is keeping these for the eagle's end. This rule will be weak and full of upheaval. As you saw, the lion whom you saw arousing itself from the forest, and roaring and speaking to the eagle, and rebuking it for its deeds of injustice. As for all the words that you heard him speaking, this is the anointed ones. The Most High has kept him for the end of days. He will arise from the line of David, and he will come and speak to them. He will denounce their wicked acts and indict them for their injustice. He will set before them their despicable deeds. Okay, so basically, the way I'm seeing this is, if it is the way I'm seeing it, and it's up to your interpretation, if something was to happen to Trump, Russia and China are, one of them kills the other one, whoever it may be, and then the Messiah comes and rebukes them for what they've done, and then that's it. Judgment is done. They get punished, and he's here. Okay, so I don't know how to break that down any better. I'm really at a loss for this. This isn't my type of video. But that's just what I see from this, and that's what I've been led to share. And I know I'm all over the place in this video. I've prayed so many times to make this come out smoother than I thought it would, and it's just, this is just what I've come up with. Please don't take anything I'm saying unless you take it up with our Father and our King in prayer. But that's what I see happening, and that should be encouraging if that is what you confirm in prayer as well, that things are happening really quickly. We know the election is coming up soon. We see the politics at play, that our Father is using these people for their positions, and they don't even realize it. Regardless of if what I'm saying is true or not, we can see all the prophecies that have come true in the last little while, and we know we are super, super close. There's not many prophecies left to be fulfilled. So please, like I say, don't take this as cement, as it's a done deal, and oh, he was wrong, he's a false prophet. I'm not trying to be a prophet. I'm trying to share what I have been led to share, and I'm going to leave it to each one of you viewing this video to take it up with the Father in prayer, and see if what I'm saying makes sense to you or not, and then take it from there. But with all that, I love you all, and I hope that you have a good evening. Understand this: we are in the last days, regardless of whether this message is 100% accurate or not. You do understand we are in the last days, and I pray that you all do what you need to do, what our Father is asking you to do, and don't hold back. Don't be afraid of anybody. Don't be afraid of consequences, because there is no greater consequence than what our Father is going to do on Judgment Day, as well as his Son, our King. His Son, our King, Yeshua. So with that, everybody have a good evening. I love you all. Bye-bye.